from the Bob Mills Weather Center, the Oklahoma weather expert, Travis Meyer.
Well, it was a quiet day across much of the country. A lot of folks traveling at this point, and of course, lots of people cooking tomorrow and on Thanksgiving. A lot of people traveling right on through Sunday. So again, the weather is looking relatively good. So nobody's complaining. We've had some great weather across the area, and so that has been good news. It was great weather to kick off. In fact, some lights that were down in Wagner. We had the opportunity to go do that, and that was pretty cool. And so again, we want to thank the folks in Wagner for inviting us down there. We had a great time, met a lot of fantastic folks. So it was a nice time out there. Also to go with that was the fact it was pretty doggone chilly and put us into the spirit of the season. And we'll hear a lot more about what's going on in Wagner as we go through the season and on into next year. All right, let's take a look and see what's going on outside. All is quiet at this hour, and we're talking 36 degrees, northwest wind at 8. Air is very dry. The dew point at 25 keeps it bone dry, basically, and therefore we're going to freeze tonight. We're already at 36, so we don't have too far to go. And you find Heart of Tulsa, we're at 40 in Coweta, but you look at a few other locations, again, only 4 degrees away from freezing in Jinx, 3 degrees away from it in Pryor. So, and Wagner, 38. Looking good, though. Temperatures across the entire state, very similar story. Not much has changed. And tomorrow morning, frosty across the entire state. A lot of folks will be getting up early, most likely, to take off and go. A lot of schools, obviously, are out now for this week. And you can see that tomorrow morning will be cold all the way to the southeast. During the afternoon, beautiful afternoon. I know that looks cold, and it does, and it's a lot warmer out west than it is here in eastern Oklahoma, but we don't have any wind. We just have sunshine and a breeze of maybe 5, 7, 8 miles per hour. That's it. So the middle of the day into the afternoon till about 4 o'clock should be just great, and as long as you're not in the shade, you won't even know it's cool. You know, the sun will feel really warm. And tomorrow night, we want to be in the dark because we're going to turn on some lights. Can't wait to do that again this year at Rama, and so we're going to be with the Rama family and a lot of folks that love to come out there and make that a tradition right before Thanksgiving. Temperatures will be in the 40s, so make sure you have your jacket on because that sun sets, so does the temperatures. So it'll get cold fast even though there's hardly any breeze. And by early Thursday morning, get you going into your Thanksgiving morning. Temperatures will be in the upper 20s to low 30s. Again, kind of a frosty start for the morning hours. And then during the afternoon, a beautiful day. Raise the temperatures just a little bit here in Tulsa as we're looking for a light south wind. And that should increase our temperatures by 1 or 2 degrees from what we were forecasting a little while ago or through the last few days. But that's going to also change. So Thanksgiving, chilly to cold in the morning, beautiful in the afternoon. So the next couple of days, ideal. So there hasn't been any change. New data coming in, though, does say that Friday is going to be a little bit cooler. So we are going to be dropping some of these temperatures a little bit more as a northeasterly wind comes in. And Black Friday is going to be a chilly Friday. So the maximum temperature around 50. So most of the day will be spent in the 40s. And then just briefly touching about 50 or so during the afternoon around 3 o'clock. As far as Saturday, just looking at also some new data coming in, I think this will be our first shot of actually getting some snowflakes in our viewing area. Now, that'll be mainly if you're north, especially from Tulsa north. We'll have a rain-snow mix by the time we get into Saturday evening. So don't be surprised if there's a flake of snow in your forecast or on your, let's say, back window while you're looking out that window, so to speak, for late Saturday night. So that's possible. But don't freak out because it doesn't look like too big of a deal here. Will be a bigger deal up into Kansas if you're traveling that way. In the afternoon, we do rebound as we start to clear out, and temperatures will be generally ranging in the 40s. So travel conditions for tomorrow, as I mentioned, really everything's good. If you have flights, the East Coast might have a slowdown or two, but that's about it. Otherwise, it's fantastic. The colder, windier weather will start to show up just to the north of us. Notice the temperature differential between Kansas City and also Tulsa. And then by the time we get into Friday, temperatures are going to be much colder just to the north. I was going to plan on being up in this zone, and that zone is really cold, and there's snow, and some foot of snow possible, some areas out in western Nebraska, and even getting northwest Kansas. That system moves through here, as I said, on Saturday night. Most of the snow will stay up in Kansas with rain here, but then rain mixing with a few snowflakes, and so it'll be interesting. Sunday, big travel day. Other than the Great Lakes area, most of the areas should be in pretty good shape, so that'll be the welcome news as far as what's going on. Thanksgiving's dry, then Saturday will be our best chance of a quick shot of rain, and then temperatures stay pretty cold through the rest of the time period. So here's the forecast, 28, and just a crisp, frosty start all across the area. 46 at noontime, and then in the afternoon we're at 54. Feeling pretty good. Just those light winds blowing on through the area. And by the time we get on into our Thanksgiving, excellent. Black Friday, a little bit colder. And then next week's a little bit on the raw side. Gusty north winds and chilly weather. That'll be kind of sticking around because it's that time of year.
Because we're almost in December.
Yeah, it's coming around
It
fast.
is.
Wow.
Thanks, Travis.
Yep.